Imagine you've just joined an English language school. You're excited, but also a bit nervous. You want to speak confidently, but you're not sure how to approach your teacher when you need help or clarification. You might be thinking, what do I say if I don't understand something? Or how can I ask my teacher to speak after class? I've taught many students from all over the world, and the most successful ones are the ones that communicate frequently with their teachers. They're not afraid to seek feedback, ask questions, or request clarification. In this video, I'm going to share with you some essential phrases that you can use in the classroom to talk to your teacher about a range of different topics, including asking for help or clarification, apologizing for being late or not doing the homework, asking to speak after class, asking for feedback on grades or assessments, greeting your teacher, discussing progress or asking for advice, asking to leave the room, and finally, asking the teacher to repeat an instruction. The phrases that we'll go through will help you sound more confident and clear in your communication with your teacher, and they will help you to express your needs more accurately. As a result, you can get the most out of your classroom experience and build a better relationship with your teacher. So let's get started. Asking for clarification. When you're learning a new language, it's totally normal to need clarification. Teachers are there to help, but it's essential that you speak up when something isn't clear to you. Asking for clarification shows that you're engaged in the lesson and willing to learn, and it ensures that you don't miss out on key information. In fact, some of my most successful students are the ones that ask questions regularly when they're unsure so that they can stay up to date with the material and stay on track. Sorry, could you please explain that again? I didn't quite understand. I'm not sure I get it. Could you go over that once more? Could you explain that in a different way? I'm a bit confused. Could you clarify that? Could you give an example of that, please? These phrases are essential in ensuring that you understand the lesson. Teachers are always happy to explain something again, as long as you were listening, especially if it helps you to learn better. By asking for clarification, you're showing your teacher that you're engaged and committed to improving. Sorry, could you please explain that again? I didn't quite understand. Of course. Which part was the problem? Apologizing for being late or not doing the homework. Being late or not doing the homework happens to everyone at some point, but it's how you manage it that's important. A sincere apology can show your teacher that you're taking responsibility and that you respect their time. Whether it's being late or not completing an assignment, owning up to it shows maturity and that you care about the learning process. Of course, teachers appreciate students that are proactive and accountable for the mistakes that they make. Sorry I'm late. I got caught in traffic. I couldn't finish my homework. I'm sorry. Can I hand it in tomorrow? Apologies for being late. I had an appointment that ran over. I missed class last week. Is there anything I need to catch up on? Sorry I didn't do the homework. I'll have it ready for you tomorrow. Crafting a nice, short, simple apology with a basic reason as to why you were late or why you hadn't completed the homework is an excellent way to show your teacher that you're responsible and that you care about the learning and your relationship with them. Sorry I'm late. I got caught in traffic. No worries, just get settled in. Asking to speak after class. There will be times where you want to speak to your teacher privately, whether that's about a personal matter that might be affecting your attendance, could be about your progress or an assignment. Asking to speak after class is a polite way to request some one-on-one time without interrupting the lesson. Teachers will appreciate your initiative and your willingness to learn outside of the class time. Could I speak with you after class to discuss something? I have a question I'd like to discuss after class. Is that okay? I'd like to talk to you after class about my assignment. Is that all right? Is it possible to speak with you after class? Could we arrange a time to talk after class? So long as you ask in a polite, friendly way and that you're not demanding their time outside of the classroom, this will work really well for you to catch up on any sort of important information that you've missed or to just have a better one-on-one chat with your teacher about whatever issue is bothering you. Could I speak with you after class to discuss something? Sure, no worries. We'll talk then. Asking for feedback on work. Getting feedback on your work is a vital part to improving your skills. When you seek feedback, you're actively showing your teacher that you care about doing well and that you are willing to learn. It's not just about grades. Seeking feedback will help you to understand your mistakes and also to see what you're doing well. The most successful students are the ones that seek feedback actively, as opposed to just waiting for their teacher to provide it. Could you take a look at my assignment? I'm not sure if I did it correctly. I'm having trouble with this task. Could you give me some feedback? Can you let me know how I did on this? I'd appreciate some feedback on my work. Could you tell me what I can do to improve my writing? Asking for feedback is a sign of a committed student who is focused on improvement. It creates a productive environment where you and your teacher can have an open conversation about your progress. By seeking feedback, you'll not only understand your mistakes, but you also build trust and a good rapport with your teacher who will see your willingness to grow. Could you take a look at my assignment? I'm not sure if I did it correctly. Sure, let's have a look together. Greeting your teacher. Starting your class with a simple greeting is a great way to show respect and begin building a good, positive rapport with your teacher. It sets the tone for the lesson and helps create a welcoming, positive classroom environment. Greeting your teacher also shows that you are engaged in the lesson and are ready to learn. It's a small but meaningful gesture that helps build an atmosphere of mutual respect and connection. Good morning, how are you today? Hi, I hope you're doing well today. Hello, ready to start class? Good afternoon, how's your day going? Hi, excited for today's lesson. A greeting is a simple way to acknowledge your teacher and start the lesson on a positive note. Starting the class this way will help your teacher feel more positive towards you and help you feel more positive towards your teacher. And therefore, when you do need to ask them for help or something like that, you will feel more comfortable going to them and seeking feedback or clarification. Good morning, Mr. Cooper. How are you today? Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you. Asking for help with an assignment. If you're struggling with homework, don't hesitate to ask your teacher for help. It shows that you're committed to learning and you want to get things right. Teachers are there to help, and it's a smart way to ensure that you're not falling behind in class. By seeking help with homework, you're taking an active role in your education and showing how willing you are to learn and improve. I'm having trouble with my homework. Could you help me? I'm stuck on this question. Can you explain it? I don't understand this part of the homework. Could you go over it with me? Can you give me some guidance on how to approach this task? I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Can you help me? Asking for help is a proactive approach that shows that you're committed to learning and understanding the material. Of course, before you approach your teacher, make sure that you do try your best to attempt the task alone, so that when you do come to the teacher for help, they can see that you've already tried and that you've put effort in and you're not just relying on them to tell you the answers. I'm having trouble with my homework. Could you help me? Of course. Let's take a look at it together. Asking to leave the room. Sometimes you might need to step out of class briefly, whether that's for the bathroom or an urgent matter. Even if you're a full-grown adult, it is still nice and respectful to request to go outside of the classroom or even just mention it to your teacher before you leave. By doing this, you're showing respect to your teacher and the class time, and it also gives them some comfort knowing that they don't need to worry about you as you have left the classroom. So a simple and polite request to leave the room can go a long way in maintaining a good, positive relationship with your teacher. Excuse me, may I leave the room for a moment? Is it okay if I step out for a minute? Can I go to the bathroom quickly? Would you mind if I stepped out for a second? Could I leave for a short break? Teachers appreciate students who ask politely to leave the classroom, as it helps maintain a positive and organized class structure. Excuse me, may I leave the room for a moment? Sure, just make it quick. We're about to start the next activity. Asking to repeat something. Sometimes things move quickly in class and you might miss something important. Whether you didn't hear the classroom teacher properly or you need more time to process the information, it's completely okay to ask for repetition. Asking for permission politely not only ensures that you're keeping up with the lesson, but it also shows that you are dedicated and determined to get things right. In a classroom setting, this builds a positive image of you as a motivated student who is determined to understand every detail. Could you repeat that, please? Can you say that again? I didn't hear you properly. Sorry, could you go over that part again? I didn't quite catch that. Could you say it one more time? I missed that. Could you repeat it for me? These phrases give you a polite and simple way to go over something that you missed. It's important to ask when you need repetition, as it shows that you're determined to understand the materials and not willing to fall behind. Could you repeat that, please? No problem, I'll say it again. So there you have it, 8 important scenarios that you should be prepared for when you are communicating with your teacher in the classroom. From greeting your teacher to asking for clarification or apologizing for being late or missing the homework. These situations come up all the time in English language schools or even just any sort of university classroom setting ever. By knowing some of these phrases, you should feel more confident and comfortable interacting with your teacher, which will help foster a more positive relationship with them and therefore improve your success in studying English. Remember, these phrases are all about clarity, respect, and showing initiative in your studies. The more you practice them, the more natural they'll feel. Is there a particular situation you would like more phrases for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear more about any situations that you're curious about or even your own experiences in the classroom. Keep practicing and keep building confidence, and I will see you in the next video.